Hi, I'm Kevin Spain. This is my artwork. We're here with Rob Hale of HO Scale Model Trains with Rob Hale. We'd like to welcome you and hope you enjoy this video.
Thank you. Hey everybody, welcome to this week's layout update. I'd like to thank my friend Kevin for doing the intro video, and here's an example of his artwork up close. He gave this to me yesterday at the Raleigh, North Carolina Model Train Show. I can't remember the official name of it. I think it's, for some reason I'm thinking it's this Neusha River Model Railroad Club puts it on, but I can't remember. But don't hold me to that. But he gave me this, and this is an absolutely incredible piece of work, and it is really awesome. So go check him out, kevinspain.com. I think that's what it is. I should have highlighted it a couple seconds ago. You should have seen it. What just happened? Something derailed? Maybe not. Let's double check. Nope. Huh, something just, I don't know. I don't know. Nah, that didn't look very good. I'm not gonna do that no more. All right, so while I was at the model train show, I picked up a bunch of these mini metals trucks and some of these Oxford cars. I got them for a real good deal. I got them like 10 bucks a piece. A guy named Will, who's subscriber to the channel, he was running a booth or a table, and he made me a good deal on these. It's pretty cool to be recognized. He recognized my voice, so I got a very unique squirrely ass voice, so he cut me a good deal, and I enjoy meeting somebody who watches my videos. So all these are pretty cool cars. I actually didn't want this one. I told him I didn't want this one because it was ugly. He said, well, I'll give it to you for free. So I'm like, all right. So I took it. So I might paint it up a little bit, or I might just put it in the background someplace. And the whole reason I stopped was this car with the flames on it. Nothing screams 1950s to me more than a car with flames on it. So I got this one. I don't even know what model it is. Let's see, what does it say on the bottom? A Mercury Coupe, 1949 Mercury Coupe. That's pretty cool. Then grabbed a taxi. Got to have a taxi. I picked up this this camper a couple weeks ago at Mike's Trains, but I threw it up here because I haven't talked about it before. It's missing a part to it, but it don't matter. I'll throw a truck in front of it. That'd be cool. This Nash Rambler. I thought this was pretty sweet, so I definitely wanted this one. This is something that you just don't see anymore. Oops. You just don't see anymore. You don't even hear about it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Then I got a Railway Express pickup truck, another car. I don't know if it was that Mercury. That's an Olds. All these old cars look about the same to me. And picked up a Chrysler there. Picked up a truck. Delivery truck. Box truck. And what's that one there? A Hudson. That's pretty cool. So I picked all these up. I can't have enough cars. I don't think anybody can have enough cars. I got a whole box of people. I got about 1 million of them little guys running around here, but they're all in a box. So I'm gonna start setting up some scenes, and hopefully it will add to the realism of a scene, to add some more people in there and stuff like that. So I'll get to work on that here this week probably. Been super busy working on the floor to the hallway. Just got it done a couple hours ago. Had to take a break. Had a lot of problems with it. 2-day project. Took an entire week. But it's done. The wife is happy. That means I am happy. All right. So I planted some trees over here in Cartridge. Got just some shrubs there. And just a couple little group there. These two in the back will be swapped out at some point. They're just sitting there for to kind of break up the scene in the back and kind of make it look a little deeper, a little greener. I took this hillside, planted a bunch of trees here, and I think it looks pretty decent. It kind of blocks the scene a little bit, looking, is this west maybe, towards the Robinson's house and the banker's house. And then I got a very provocative Mrs. Robinson out there getting mail just in time for the milkman to show up. I don't know what's about to happen there, but I'm thinking that the milkman is about to have a real good day. So I also got some people walking around here. I got a guy carrying a load back here crossing the street. Got another lady walking out there. She's at the corner. I'm not saying she's a hooker or nothing, but she's standing at the corner looking pretty provocative as well. There's Dwight's brother standing back here on the curb. And I did also put in the parallel parking lines. And I know they don't extend all the way between the white line and the curbing on the right, but you get the idea. And sometimes just getting the idea is just as good as, you know, going all out. I mean, at some point I'll extend them when I find my other package of white stripes. But for now and the time being, looks just fine. And I'm liking the way everything is looking so far. I screwed up and left the cat in here overnight. And he got up here on this epoxy. That's the first time he's ever been on the layout. He got up on the epoxy, and you can see little feet prints and little tufts of hair. So I got to go and try to clean this up and try to get it to solidify again. It's a deep epoxy pour epoxy is what it's called, and evidently this was too deep. And while I was at the train show, I picked up a couple of Atlas Classic Alco C425s painted in the Pincy scheme. I've been wanting some of these for a while. They came with DCC, no sound. I'm having trouble with the decoders accepting programming on the main, but they run real good. They look really good. And I also picked up that car behind it, that depressed center flat car. It's in the Southern paint scheme. And it also says 1979 on there. But I'm going to paint that out because Pennsylvania Railroad had cars that looked almost exactly like that back in the 50s and before. So it's not like it's a new design. It's just a date on there that I'm going to change. I'll probably even get rid of the Southern. But it's a Walther's car and it's pretty nice. That's a little better. Running a little fast, aren't they? And then I got another project over here that I started kind of by accident. Let me go ahead and get this set up and I'll talk about it here in a second. All right, so this is obviously a former N&W Y6B that I have done quite a bit of work to over the last week or so. I took the bottom assembly off that holds everything together underneath, and I rotated the front engine to be the exact opposite of the rear engine. I like the way the rods look when the wheels are going around. Yeah, I think it looks better for some reason. Just one of them things, OCD, I guess. I also repainted all the light gray. I think this is one of the earlier runs of the Y because it does not have traction tires. Was not made in Korea. I think it was one of the first runs that went to China. But I like these because they're heavy. They pull a lot. I hate traction tires. I normally take traction tire off anyway. But I went through and I added a scale front coupler. I cut off the original N&W cow catcher and added a C&O style cow catcher. The Allegheny Midland had some Chesapeake and Ohio influence, so I believe this is acceptable. And maybe when I get done with it, I'll send some pictures to Tony and see what he says. And if you don't like it, it'll be okay. I added these flying number boards. I also have an oval number plate to go on here. I have it decaled. I just have not installed it. And this will be number 986. Let me show this to you here. I think you can see it down there. There you go. These decals are kind of a pain in the butt to put on, but you know, it adds a lot to the locomotive. So do it, even if you have not done it before. I was thinking about cutting off some of these railings and stuff around here. This is just, I don't think it's really structural. I think it's more for the crew members hanging on up here. And I've got a couple, I think I need to flip this cut lever back over. It looks like it's stuck in the wrong spot. But I like the way it looks. I also went through and I painted the inside of the smokestack like a rust colored. if you've seen some of the top views of steam locomotives, if they've sat outside for a while, they get a little bit of rust up there. Plus, it's all moisture coming through there anyway, so I think it looks pretty good. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. Also, I touch up the front coupler, do the same thing with that. I was going to replace these pony trucks with just an inside bearing pony truck, and I had a wheel on there, and it looked stupid. I don't know why, but it just looked like there was so much space up here that was needing something. So I went ahead and put the original outside bearing pony truck back on, and we'll just deal with that and everything. So got this guy coming back by again. Evidently, I'm talking quite a bit, or he's going way too fast. So we'll just take a gander down Main Street and watch him go by again. Now, not only have I had some trouble with these decoders, I've had a bunch of trouble with my controls for my NCE command station. I have one that I dropped and it's just kind of like dead, so I need to send it off for repair. But my only other operational handset has been having a lot of trouble. I put in brand new batteries, and I'm standing 5 feet from the antenna and I'm hitting the button and nothing is happening. But yet sometimes I could be across the room over by the kitchen and it does just fine. So I don't know what the problem is with it, but it's quite aggravating. Let's slow this guy down some more because he's coming around way too much. There we go. And he's kind of loud too. And we're over here at Main Street in Tunnelton. Swing back over. Something else you've obviously noticed already is the tender is a nickel plate style Berkshire tender. Just changing the tenders out of a very common, well-known locomotive can change the look enough to make it believable for something else, because I really didn't think that having the N&W tender on there with Midland Road on the side would look right. It would just look like a Y6B. So I've added some details, taken off some things, and I got some other work to do to it. But this is a Bachmann tender. I like them. They're a little bit wider than the River Rossi Bachmann, or the River Rossi Berkshire tender. And I actually have that behind a River Rossi 284 right now. I don't know if you remember my videos of where I was using the Berkshire 284 and changing the boiler out just to make different locomotives for different shots. But I'll show you real quick. I actually have had this locomotive for probably 25 or 30 years. It was one of the versions that have the RP25 flanges. And when I was in Bosnia in 1999, there was a hurricane in Virginia that hit Virginia. And it flooded my storage unit, and I lost all my trains. I lost just about everything. So I came back from a 6-month deployment to ruined clothes, moldy and nasty clothes, ruined brand new couch. All my trains were ruined, and most of my shoes were ruined. Most of my clothes were ruined. Luckily, it missed my dress blues by 3 inches. So I didn't have to go out and buy new dress blues. They were about $400 by themselves. And all my Army stuff was fine, but all my civilian stuff was a total loss. So coming back from a deployment debt-free, I quickly got back into debt because I had to replace everything. And since the city opened the reservoir dam to prevent it from overflowing and burning out the pumps that provided water to the city, that's why the insurance would not cover my loss. So good things, good times, right? So this one here is pretty highly detailed. I've weathered this up, and the coolest thing here is you can pop this right off. And this is a 700. This is an Alco 284 that I was adding parts to and taking parts off of to make it a little bit more accurate. just for some photographs. The sandbox is not accurate for an Alco 284, but you know, most people don't know that, so it would look just fine in some photographs and stuff like that. So, but that was the one of them that I was working on. And then I have the 732. And then voila, I got 3 different locomotives for 3 different photos, and no one knows the difference, and it all looks pretty good to me. And I think I think the 732 and the 749 have both been on the nickel plate modelers page, with like the cover photo and stuff like that quite a few times. But I think it's pretty cool. If you also notice that I took the Mars light off and filled that in so that I could backdate this locomotive to pre-1949, 48. I can't remember when they put that Mars light on there. Maybe it's 49. But either way, I can say this is like, 1946 or whatever. So, I mean, different locomotives, different versions, but same chassis, same tender and all that stuff. And it all looks good. So just, if you're into photography and stuff like that, you can do something simple. You can get these pretty cheap on eBay. And when I say pretty cheap, I mean like $70, $75, but you can get them for cheaper than that at the train shows, especially if you chew them down a little bit, so. But just a little trick that I do to change some things up. So other than that, I have been busy with life, and not a whole lot has been accomplished in the train room except for some cleaning that you cannot even tell that I have done. So I think I'm gonna call it quits. I have some footage from the model train show of the North Carolina Sipping and Switching Society, the Wilmington Model Railroad, I think, and the Jacksonville Model Railroad Club. All 3, or maybe just 2 of them, I can't remember. I'm gonna throw all that video in after this because there's just not quite enough for a separate video. And I hope you enjoy. Like, subscribe, comment, and go watch another video. And, well, let me vent real quick. My YouTube channel died a couple weeks ago. I went from 9,000 views a week to just over 1,200 in a week. And I'm like, holy crap, what has happened here? So, and I know in the past I've talked about how they've changed the algorithm, and they being YouTube, and how things have occurred across the board, not just to me, but across the board to YouTube content creators and stuff like that. So once again, I ask you, go watch another video. I mean, you can listen to it, just put it on play in the background. I don't know. It is whatever makes you happy, makes me happy, but if you would really help me out if you go watch another video. But shorts, I had to start posting a lot of shorts just to get the views back up to 5,000. And some of those have done real good, and some of them haven't. So I mean, I guess it's hit and miss, I don't know. But just do me that favor, go watch another video, and be safe out there. Once again, like, subscribe, comment, come back next week and see what I talk about next. Have a good one. Hey everybody, I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm at the Sipping and Switching Society of North Carolina layout. They are working with the Carolina Southern Railroad out of Jacksonville, if I remember right. These guys might be Wilmington, if I read it right. But there's a club out of Jacksonville here as well. So we're going to walk around this massive layout, take a couple of shots at some very cool locations. And I think you're going to like this one. And it is already impressive just walking around. There's 4 of these corners that I've seen so far that look really good. They're very inspiring to me. Some of this you may have seen before. But let me take you down here to the best shot I have seen ever. You're gonna love this bridge. All right, very reminiscent of the last curve. Check out this bridge. This thing has got to be at least 15 feet long. Massive, double track. I don't know where the trains are, but they're gonna come along here sooner or later. Great detail on the bottom. A couple of nudists down there, oh my goodness. She's naked, oh no. This is pretty awesome, this is inspiring. Little campsite there, boats. Lots of detail. Now, where are the trains? It's Pretty cool. This is what a scale grain elevator should look like. Those look like 18-inch tall silos. It's pretty awesome. So that Walters kit you have right there is way, way, way small. And we've talked about this stuff before, where things have been shrunk down to fit your layout, and they're not technically HO scale. So that is very accurate. We call them prairie skyscrapers in Illinois. So there aren't no trains coming through here yet, so I might have to walk around here and show you a couple other things. And just massive yard. It's I hope mine is pretty big, you know, not quite this big, but I hope mine looks as good as this, and a little bit different of a design than what I got coming on the big yard, but still very inspirational to see some other layouts like this. And for all you single guys, I've seen a lot of good looking women here today, so you may have a chance at some point to pull you a hottie. So don't ever give up hope. Let's go find some trains. All right, I'm not a Santa Fe fan, but we have a Santa Fe forward leading a passenger train coming across the bridge. Now we need a 100-car coal train to come across. Let's go see if I can get them to put something together. So we got another yard over here with some passenger trains and a few coal hoppers. I'm going to walk around, show you the Pepsi plant. And we're going to walk around over here. And there's Dwight, my nemesis. You're already in the picture, Dwight.
Alrighty, folks. We have one more set of numbers for the Tichy Ordering Schoolhouse kit. If your ticket has the last 4 digits, 5086, 5086, please come to the Tichy train stable at C105. That's the Tichy train stable located at table number C105. Look for the big C.
It's pretty cool. Now this is massive. This is awesome. That's a whole lot of kit bashing right there. Oh no, the clock don't work. Yeah, they don't have a whole lot of trains running, but they've had a lot of problems with disconnects. Oh, look at that. There's a B&O RSD-12. They had a handful of them they got from the C&O, and I've been talking about building one of those for a while, but I haven't done it because I can't find any RSD-12s that are undecorated. The number is not quite accurate, but still it looks pretty cool though. EM1's on a coal train. It hasn't ran yet. Pretty good sized yard. Ten tracks. I think something's going to come out here and couple up, so I'll go down here and stand by, and maybe we'll have a train come by.
Oh, no, not yet.
So if anybody's ever been to Hamlet, North Carolina, this is the Hamlet Depot, Seabird Airline Depot. It's pretty cool. About maybe 10, 15 years ago or so, maybe 20 years ago, they moved it to the opposite side of the track to its current location. And the model railroad in the basement, a lot of people don't know about. So if you ever go there to visit, ask them to see the model railroad downstairs. Pretty cool. We'll watch this one go by again when ain't got no kids in the way. Nice little heritage unit there. Now they've been having a lot of problems with the electrical today, and a lot of disconnects with the train, so they're not running a whole lot. But this young man's giving this good, making some noise for me. Much appreciated. There's a couple other things I've been looking for that I can't find. I'm like, with all this stuff, absolutely love this bridge. What's he got on there?
Huh?
There's a Y?
Yeah.
On that train, what's pulling that train?
What is that, Sean? The train master.
Oh no.
Remember right?
I told you didn't remember me.
Well, oh, train showing things, man.
The only bad thing about filming long trains, my arms get tired. All that time in the gym, my arm gets tired.
You want one of these stands?
Yeah, I got one. Yeah, gimbal.
Yeah, yeah.
I think heavy too, man.
Oh, if you got the legs on it.
Oh, a tripod?
Like a, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not no nerd. I'm not gonna walk around the tripod.
You look like a real train nerd.
Dude, I'm wearing a collared shirt. I ain't no nerd.
Brother, you would look like you were trying to. He's serious about it.